Have you ever tried to drop rows from a data frame only to find that everything disappears instead? It's frustrating, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to tackle how to safely remove rows from a data frame using row indices, especially when those indices might be a zero-length vector. I totally understand your concern. It can be really annoying when you expect to keep your data intact, but instead, you end up with an empty data frame. You're definitely not alone in this. Many people face this issue when working with data frames. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked, how do I remove rows from a data frame using row indices safely when those indices might be a zero-length vector? They provided an example where dropping rows worked as expected, but when the indices were zero length, everything was dropped. Sound familiar? Let's dive into this together. So, what's happening here? When you try to drop rows using a zero-length vector, R interprets that as a command to drop all rows, which is why you end up with an empty data frame. Understanding this behavior is crucial for avoiding this pitfall in the future. And don't go anywhere. I've got a simple solution at the end that will help you avoid this issue in the future. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. To address the user's issue, we need to check if the drop vector is empty before attempting to remove any rows from the data frame. If the drop vector is not empty, we can safely proceed to remove the specified rows from the data frame. This approach ensures that if the drop vector is empty, the original data frame remains unchanged. Now let's put this all together in a function that the user can easily use. Finally, the user can call this function with their data frame and drop vector to safely remove rows as needed. Fun fact, did you know that R was created by statisticians for statisticians? It's designed to handle data efficiently, but even the best tools can trip you up if you're not careful. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution provided by a user involves using a simple if statement to handle the zero-length vector case. They suggest checking the length of the drop vector. If it's zero, the original data frame is returned unchanged. Otherwise, the specified rows are removed. Here's the pro tip I promised. Always validate your indices before performing operations on your data frame. This simple habit can save you from losing valuable data. And there you have it. You now know how to safely remove rows from a data frame without losing everything. Remember, validating your indices is key. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button for more tips, and don't miss our upcoming videos on data manipulation.